institution of your choice? Are you going to embrace the current development in the admission milieu, or you are going to wallow in your belief of whatsoever you can call it? My name is Shiju Adelushola Santin from Akada Institutes. Today, I'll be revealing the top 10 admission strategies that I have prepared. And these admission strategies are those that I've used in the previous set, or for the previous students who have worked with me. If you have been following me on this channel, you will discover that there are so many things that I've reviewed that have really helped students, most especially when it comes to scoring high in UTME. In the recently concluded UTME, my tips in scoring high in the university got a lot of views. And for that reason, we can see the skyrocketed effect of this, our video. So today, I also want to share with you how to gain admission into the university of your choice effortlessly. So I have top 10 secrets which are going to work for you. And I hope that you watch this video with me till the very end. But let me assure you of something. I am not going to waste your time. Trust me, I am not going to waste your time. So just make sure you follow me. I won't be, dwelling on unnecessary explanation. I'll just hit the nail at the head and we get to the destination. And I'm very sure by the time you have completed this video, you would know the right step to take to gain admission into any tertiary institution of your choice, most especially university. So we have top 10 admission strategy, and I'll be revealing everything on the slide that I have here. I will not mix it up. I will say it the way it is, and then you don't need to even meet anybody for any assistance. The first secret is that you have to choose the right course and institution combo. Please have it at the back of your mind that it is possible to choose the right institution and you choose the wrong course. It is also possible for you to pick the right course in the wrong institution. So you have to understand that this is a right institution and this is a wrong course, or this is a wrong institution and this is a right course. There are so many factors that are responsible for a course being a wrong course or for an institution being a wrong institution. There are so many of them. And in this video, I'll be revealing everything to you one after the other. One of those things that will make you understand that this is a right institution is if the institution you are picking really offer the course that you are applying for. That is number one. Number two is if this course that you are applying for is accredited by NUC, because it is possible for you to apply for a course in one of these institutions that is not accredited by NUC. NUC is Nigerian University Commission. If NUC failed to approve or accredit a certain course in a particular institution and you apply for it, there will be problem. Yes, it might be resolved later, but you see the problem, the challenge of needing to go through so many processes, even when you are through with your academic period on campus, will be more rigorous than even you gaining admission in the first place. So be rest assured that you are choosing the right course. Be rest assured that the institution you are picking is offering the course that you are applying to. That is the first one. The second one is that you have to understand that high JAMB score is not the ultimate end. It is not the ultimate goal. It is possible that you score very high in UTME and then your admission will not be possible. I have seen so many students who scored above 300 in UTME, yet they didn't gain admission. There are so many factors responsible for gaining admission into any tertiary institution. The first factor that you have to think of is your O level. If you, in fact, score 400 over 400, if you are defected or if you have any deficiency in any of the necessary subjects or in any of those subjects that are considered to be important, that are considered to be relevant to your course of study, you will not be considered for an admission. So please understand that high JAMB score is not everything. There are other things that really matter. We said high JAMB score isn't everything. What matters more? You have O level, you have catchment area, you have VLDS, and you also have competitiveness of the course. So if you're applying into a university and you scored very high, so you might think that, oh, you've really scored very high. However, some other students might have scored even higher than you can ever think of. You will agree with me that before 2014, there was nothing like a candidate scoring above 300 in UTME. But after 2014, candidates started scoring above 300. In 2024, just 8,000 candidates scored above 300. But what of 2025? Currently, even as I speak with you, there is still mock-up test. And in that mock-up test, there will still be some students who will score above 300 in UTME. But then, in the recent one, we had over 13,000 candidates who scored above 300. This is jaw-dropping. This is massive. It is far more than what UTME, it is far more than what JAMB had ever experienced before. So I want you to understand that it is not always all about high score. There are other factors that are also responsible for you gaining admission into tertiary institution. Please don't forget that it is possible that you score high and you will not be considered for admission. One of those things that can also deprive you of gaining admission, which is still circumventing around your O-level results, is when you consider combining O-level results. Universities will put it out there in their advert that they accept double sitting. But trust me, if you are applying into a university that is not within your catchment zone, and you are applying with double sitting, you have already limited your chances of gaining admission. That is number one. There are some universities that you don't even need to write their post-UTME. They depend heavily on your O-level. They heavily depend on your O-level. So if you are applying with double sitting, some have a way of deducting mark for double sitting. Some will even slash your O-level into 2 before you can be considered for admission. And just imagine, if they slash your O-level into 2, what will be left? So I want you to understand that it transcends the idea of high JAMB score. You can score very low and still gain admission into tertiary institution in Nigeria. You can score very low and still gain admission into the university of your choice to even study the course of your choice in Nigeria. It now depends on certain things. Number one, which institution are you applying to? Number two, who is guiding you in terms of admission processing? But trust me, this video is not geared towards bringing in someone to help you with admission. It is geared towards you running your admission all by yourself and gaining admission without anyone collecting anything from you, just for admission's sake. Is that taken? So this is the second point. We said high JAMB score isn't everything. Understand that scoring high in JAMB is not all that matters. Is that taken? But I am not discouraging you from scoring high. You might be watching this video maybe after 2025. It is very important. See, it is better to have high JAMB score. I mean, it is better to have a high UTME score that you will not eventually need. Maybe you gain admission than having a low UTME score. Please understand that. So there is need for you to study. You just need to study. Just keep studying, keep studying. But if you want to gain admission, high UTME score is not all that matters. So we move to the next one. You have to dominate your post-UTME. So many schools, as we speak now, schools have not started selling forms. Some have started, but federal and state universities have not started selling admission form. Some university will compel you to write their examination. It is very important for you to dominate their post-UTME score because they are not going to divide it by anything. They will just give you the point according to what you see. Is that taken? So please do well, study, prepare very well for your post-UTME. Understand that to dominate in post-UTME score, some universities will set questions that are meant for 100 level students in the post-UTME. Yes, that is how far they can go, just to make sure that they separate the wheat from the chaff. So if I were you, I would try as much as possible to attend a tutorial center where they will reveal all this to me. Is that taking? Like University of Ibadan, they will spare nothing to make sure that they get the best. And sparing nothing to make sure that they get the best goes as far as setting questions that are within the purview or within the knowledge of candidates. But when I say within the knowledge of candidates, I am simply saying that there are certain questions that are from 100 level. It is not that you have not seen this question before, not that you have not seen the topic of this question before. But one thing that you may not understand is that they will make the question so technical that you may not be able to solve it if you are to face it all by yourself. Is that taken? So we move to the next one. The next one is that the hidden role of O-level grades. Institutions like Lagos State University, Federal University, Oye Ekiti, all these institutions, they depend heavily on O-level. For example, Lagos State University, allot 50 marks to O level. Am I making any sense? Lagos State University allot 50 marks to O level, which means that if you scored very high in your O level, let us say in your relevant subjects, English, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, let us say you have A1 in those, that is 50 points. What I need, that is 50% separately. Effortless 50%. So you can go as far as scoring anything you want in your UTME, but you have to really score high because their UTME, their cutoff mark, that is the institutional cutoff mark to gain admission into Lagos State University. I think since 2016 thereabouts has been nothing less than 195. The meaning of that is if you fail to score above 195 in UTME, you might not be considered for admission. But if you are pursuing high competitive courses like medicine, like engineering, law, you have to score something close to 300. So your O level plays a vital role. It plays a vital role. Additionally, if you have double O level result, like if you have two sittings with you, I will implore you to register for your O level again. Just make sure that you have your O level in one sitting. It is not, see, double sitting will deny you of so many opportunities. You might even need to start begging before you be considered for admission. So I don't want that to happen to you. So please try as much as possible to make sure that you have your O level results in one sitting. The next one is, please do well to subscribe to this channel. It is very important for the growth of this channel. And this will encourage me to keep producing quality videos that will help you to gain admission like this. So please do well to subscribe to our channel for more updates. We then move to the next one. The next one is catchment area and ELDS advantages. Catchment area and ELDS advantages. Are you eligible? Whenever we talk about catchment area, some people think it is just catchment, like they believe, oh, I am, let us say, if you are from the north, just let me explain it. I don't want to confuse you over anything. Let us say you are from a state in the northern region. Your catchment area is not in a state within the southwest. Your catchment area is states in the northern region. Am I making any sense? Your catchment area is all the universities that are located in the states in the northern region. So I will implore you to please look out for all the universities in your region, because if you fall within this catchment area, there is a particular percentage of admission that will be given to students that are from the catchment area. So for this reason, it is very important for you to utilize and maximize the opportunity that catchment area gives to you, which is outside the merit list. Which is outside what? The merit list. Is that taken? So the merit list is always what the university will always present first. Those who have gone beyond what the university has allotted as what is acceptable. So if you do not meet up to the merit list, you will need to utilize the opportunity that catchment area presents to you. But then let's talk about ELDS. ELDS simply means educationally less developed states. So there are some states that do not have access to proper education, just like you have. And these states, they will also apply for admission into tertiary institutions. You see, anyone that is from ELDS will be considered for admission because there is a percentage that is also allotted for them. Trust me, these ELDS candidates will gain admission into a tertiary institution of their choices, irrespective of maybe they are from the catchment area or they are not from the catchment area. Another thing that will also trigger or that will fire up the opportunity is if one of these candidates from the ELDS narrowly fall within the merit list. So please understand that if you belong to the ELDS, you want to ask me that what are the states that are in the ELDS? All states in the northern region are in the ELDS, and some states in South are in the ELDS. No state in the Southwest is in the ELDS. Neither is there any state in the Southeast in the ELDS. Please understand this. So if you are from the ELDS, if you are from any of the ELDS, let us say you are from the northern states, your admission into tertiary institution, even to study competitive course, will be effortless. Is that taken? So we move to the next one, which is the truth about less competitive courses. There are some courses that people consider to be less competitive. Yes, they are indeed less competitive because nobody is giving them reasonable thoughts. So for this reason, people will not even apply to them. But when you are not applying into this course, the university will just randomly give it to other people that do not need it. And when they get there, they will just misuse the opportunities. I have seen so many cases like this. Is it of when I was in the university, some candidates who were given courses that they did not apply for. And for that reason, they were demoralized. What happened later? They didn't graduate very well, or some of them even dropped out. They decided not to go, not to continue with the program again. Now, please, in as much as this video is concerned, if I am mentioning any course, if I open my mouth to mention any course to you, please embrace it with the whole of your heart. The first set of courses that I will advise you to accept is any education related course. Please, if you are given admission to study chemistry in the Faculty of Science or in College of Science, please decline and opt in for education or chemistry education. Please, if they give you admission to study chemistry, drop it and pick chemistry education. If you are given admission to study history, please drop it and pick history education. Because with education, in most universities, you'll be able to do two things. You can pursue your postgraduate in the main course, that is in sciences, and you can choose to pursue your postgraduate in education. So you have two opportunities. But if they give you chemistry and you eventually pick chemistry, you study chemistry, and nature or life or Nigeria now happen to you, that you have to teach in a school. This is what will happen to you. Even before you can be considered as a professional teacher, irrespective of the knowledge of chemistry or the knowledge of physics that you have gathered, you will still need to do a postgraduate course, and it is called postgraduate diploma in education before you can be considered before you can be considered as a professional teacher. And this course will take 1 year out of your time. So instead of doing chemistry major, why can't you do chemistry education, so that on your own you will have it at the back of your mind that you're a professional in a particular field and you can still pursue postgraduates in the other field. This is applicable to all courses in the education faculty. Please have that at the back of your mind. So these courses, most especially the ones that I've mentioned now, they don't really sound great to so many candidates, but I can assure you that it is just your ticket into gaining admission into tertiary institution, most especially university, effortlessly. You might also be looking at it that, I don't want to become a teacher, but the truth is this: in as much as you are through, you can choose to either go for the major, that is in your postgraduate, or you continue with education. Another thing is, there are some secondary schools, there are some institutions that are paying heavily to teachers in Nigeria as we speak. For example, I left a school somewhere around Magodo, and as at then, I think that was 2018 thereabout, I was paid 230,000 naira monthly, even when Nigerian naira had value. I don't know what they are paying now, but I can assure you that a school like that will not go for someone who studied the economics major and leave out someone who studied economics education, because for you to have studied education, you have a very important role to play in so many schools, most especially when it comes to approval. Some institutions or some schools, whenever they want to do approval for WAEC, for anything like that, for them to have certain, or to even start or to register with the ministry, they need people who have certificates in education. For this reason, you can feel relaxed and charge any school. If you know what you are carrying, you can live comfortably, even after studying education in any university in Nigeria. So the next one is leveraging pre-degree and IJMB programs. And you might be looking at it that, okay, you don't want to take any of those courses that they are suggesting. You can choose pre-degree. There are some institutions that are running pre-degree programs, like Lagos State University, Obafemi Awolowo University, Federal University of Ye-Ekiti. they all run pre-degree programs. So it is now left to you as an individual to either pick their pre-degree program or go for IGMB program. And there is another one that you are expected to even consider, which is JUPEB. JUPEB is accepted in all universities in Nigeria except University of Ibadan, bless me, and Lagos State University. Lagos State University have their own JUPEB, and they will only give admission to candidates who did JUPEB in their institution. University of Ibadan, as we speak, does not accept any direct entry currently. So I will implore you to make your findings properly, most especially about JUPEB and IGMB before you apply. And there are some private, tutorial centers or some private institutions that they can prepare you and register you for JUPEB. They will prepare you properly and they will register you properly. And when it comes to admission, they will guide you into gaining admission into any tertiary institution of your choice with either JUPEB or IGMB. If you want to know more about it, please make sure you go into the link to get my contact so as to tell you one or two things about JUPEB. The next one that you have to look at is early application versus late registration. For those of you who will just think of, oh, let me quickly do this, rush. There is nothing like rush in admission processing. If you go to maybe you are changing institution, when you get to CBT center to change your institution, or maybe going to your JAMB cards, if you have applied for a particular course into any university and you are changing course, maybe that minute, it will take time for the institution to do what? To advest all those who have applied, because JAMB will be sending it to them and the website may not be automatically authenticated. So it will take time for this institution to get information about you that you are applying. So they might have concluded admission processing before you even think of applying. So I will implore you, I will beg you, whenever it comes to applying or institution to study the course of your choice, please make sure that your application is early. Make sure that your application is early so that when the next batch of admission is released, you will not be thinking if you have been considered for admission, if you'll be considered for admission or not. You would have known what your fate is. And if it now requires you to change, you can easily change. Please don't apply it into any institution. Make sure that your application is early. So that takes us to the next one, which is mistake in your JAMB profile. Don't make mistakes in your JAMB profile. If you have any mistake in your NIN, it will reflect in your JAMB profile. And if you are applying to a university, universities are not, in fact, most universities are not diligent enough when it comes to coding whatsoever is required for authenticating or for harvesting information of students from JAMB cards. So if you make mistake and you are registering manually with the university, it is that mistake that is in your JAMB profile that will deny you of admission. So I will implore you, your JAMB profile, make sure that you don't make mistakes. Avoid any mistake. Avoid every mistake at all costs. So we move to the next one, which is the back door. I have told you in my past videos that avoid back doors. But trust me, there are certain back doors that are legitimate. And these back doors that are legitimate are dependent on your performance in UTME. Number one, the cutoff mark of the department and who is responsible. Am I making any sense? If you know the vice chancellor of an institution and you have done well, you can walk up to the vice chancellor. He will take you through the back door. There are certain back doors that are legitimate. Not all back doors are legitimate. If an admission agent walks up to you and tells you that I can take you through the back door, see, if you are taking him through the back door via someone that is not supposed to help you with it, you'll be thrown out through the main gates. And that will be done when you are about to be through with your university education. So I will implore you, try as much as possible to follow all these steps, to follow all these strategies that I've shown you in gaining admission. I would really like to discuss more with you, but time will not permit me. So for this reason, I want to appreciate you to have completed this video with me. I want to appreciate you to have stayed with me till this very moment. And by God's grace, if there is anything that you need to know, ask me in the comment section. I will always be there to answer your questions. My name is Shiju Adeolushola Samson from Akada East College. Thank you.